During SYTYCD, my body really went through it. I had not really injuries, but I had a lot of bruises and my back hurt and a lot of pain. My feet were not okay. So after I came back and I was back home, my back was hurting so bad and I traveled a lot. So literally just sitting on a plane, I couldn't sit there without any pain in my back. I couldn't look down without a shooting pain. And it was really hard on me just because I was I want to dance, but my body hurt so bad. So I found Cooperstown.
Welcome to the Miracle Academy. This is your host, Scotty Cooper, and this is where miracles are expected. Welcome to the Miracle Academy. This is Scotty Cooper, your host. Today I have a really special guest. I have Hannahlei with me here today. So Hannahlei actually won So You Think You Can Dance season 15. She's an expert athlete and she's had a really cool journey with us here. But let's talk about first, what was your journey like with So You Think You Can Dance? How did that whole thing pan out?
Yeah, well, I've always wanted to try out for So You Think You Can Dance. The show started when I was 6, I want to say, and I've been watching since season 1, and I've known, when I turn 18, I want to audition. So time came, I was 18, and I was so excited to audition. The producers actually reached out to me first and was like, can you audition? And I was like, I was already planning on auditioning, so I was super excited about that. When I got that call, I started training super hard, harder than I've ever trained before, dancing every day, taking care of my body. I was being on a really healthy diet just so I was at tip-top shape. Then auditions happened and I got through every round until live shows. Live shows is just top 10. So I think it went from maybe 1,000 people to 10 people, through so many audition processes. And top 10 gets to go to LA, and we stayed in an apartment, we were put up, and we did live shows every week, and it was on Mondays. I got to work with the best of the best choreographers, and I got to perform on live television. It was definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to do throughout my life, just because it was mentally and physically difficult. My body went through it, and I feel I learned a lot about myself through it as well. So yeah.
Cool. So you talked about kind of keeping your body in tip-top shape. Mm-hmm. So how do you do that now?
Now, actually, I wish I went to Cooperstown before I went on So You Think, because during So You Think, my body really went through it. I had not really injuries, but I had a lot of bruises and my back hurt and a lot of pain. My feet were not okay. So after I came back and I was back home, my back was hurting so bad and I traveled a lot. So literally just sitting on a plane, I couldn't sit there without any pain in my back. I couldn't look down without a shooting pain. And it was really hard on me just because I was I want to dance, but my body hurt so bad. So I found Cooperstown through my godparents. They go here, so they told me about you need to come in, it's a miracle, you need to come. So when I came, just by the first consultation, I was in love with your philosophy and everything you guys are set out to do for us. Mm-hmm. And I loved it so much. After my first adjustment, actually, I didn't have that much pain after. Wow. And now I could sit down without any pain, which is really good.
That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, because I think, my sisters grew up doing dance too, so I would sit there on my Game Boy during dance competitions. But I noticed, myself being an athlete, I always thought, playing football was hard. But then, I'd be at dance competitions and I'd think, okay, I couldn't imagine doing that, but then also having the right, facial expressions and stage presence.
Yeah.
So I feel it really takes a different level of focus that you've had to develop.
Yeah.
So how did you do that?
Well, I feel as you said, dance isn't just a skill set. It's there's a lot more that goes on top of it. When I'm teaching, I always tell the kids it's more than just dance. It's more than just the dance moves you're doing. Mm-hmm. There's so much more on top of it, and focus is a really big thing. For me, I feel I'm a perfectionist, so it really helped out me being a dancer because every little aspect of my dancing career or like just dance movement, I have to have like perfect. So again, how it's not just dance moves, there's like facial expressions. You have to look good during it. You have to make sure your outfit's good, your hair, your makeup, like everything. There's so much that goes into it, and you have to be so precise. So for me, I love focusing on little details in life, and this isn't not just dancing. It's like with my whole life, and I feel like that helped me become who I am and how my work ethic is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you and I have talked about before kind of your work ethic, and like, for instance, like before you were on So You Think You Can Dance and throughout high school, like you did a lot of different things all at once.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about like what you did and how you were able to accomplish all that?
Yeah, so I had a really busy life growing up. I've been dancing since I was 2. So yeah, ever since I could remember, I've been going to the dance studio after school, and I would dance like 6 hours a day, every day. And that doesn't leave a lot of room and time for anything else in my life. So I feel like I had to figure out how to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't like give up and like other things for my life just for dance. I always had to like give my 100% to everything. So with homework, I'm not gonna like slack off on my school just because I'm dancing, or like not eat because I'm dancing. I have to have everything like set in my life.
Yeah.
So with work ethic, especially in high school, I was on 2 dance teams at school. So I was on a song team and then like a dance company.
Wow.
And then outside I was on a competition dance team. And I was in like honors classes, AP classes, and on top of that, I was doing like the LA industry. I was auditioning for commercials and TV shows.
Wow.
So I had a lot on my plate. So I feel like being busy helped me figure out how to manage life, if that makes sense. Like, I had to make sure I fit everything into my schedule instead of like leaving things out.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, because I know you and I've talked about that before, that your time commitment, you have to be just so on it. And I think you've kind of mentioned to me too, like with kids nowadays, that they think like, oh, well, like I have homework, so I need to miss dance. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I think that's crazy. I'm like, you don't have to give less effort to anything just because you're committed to something else. You could do both things, or like anything in your life, you could make everything happen if you do it for yourself. So you have to give effort and time to everything. It's in your hands and your responsibility to figure out everything. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna like push that to the side. Yeah, it's your responsibility. Like you could do it. Like if you put your mind to something, you could do it. So if you put your mind to it, you could do homework after dance. I did that. Or like after anything. Like if you don't have time, you have to make time. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I think that's a lot of people that share similar values like us have that kind of achiever mentality of like, well, I want to do that and I'm going to go after it. And I think that's good that you're able to inspire the next dancers coming through, that they need to learn that lesson, not just for dance, but for their life.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, that's really cool. So what's like another way that you inspire your dancers or the people you teach or just people around you?
Well, I feel like I inspire people around me just by my work ethic. Whoa, I said that weird. Work ethic. Because I am always busy. Everyone always tells me like, you're so busy, how do you have time to do everything in my life, in your life? It's like how you said, you just have to achieve what you want to do. My motto in life is 0 or 100. So you give effort either 0% or 100%, and I chose the route to do like 100% to everything that I signed up for in life. So like if I signed up to go to, I am in school. So in school I have to give 100%, then if not, like what's the point?
Right.
So you have to give 100% to everything you sign up for in life.
Yeah. That's cool. That's actually what we do. I don't know if you remember that. In your first appointment, we ask you, how committed are you to regaining your health?
Oh yeah.
That's one of the questions, right?
Yes.
But that's actually where we gauge that. We do that with the people that come in. We pre-screen them to see like, are you really here to change your life?
Yeah.
Or are you just here because you saw an ad, or because like you watched the podcast and you're like, wow, that guy looks really cool. Or like, is it that you really want that? And that's kind of how we gauge that, and that's cool. But that's that's definitely like something that it's important to me, is to make sure that I do everything at 100%, that I don't do something half effort.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like a waste of time if you don't give your 100% effort to anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's like the biggest piece of advice you'd give to either the next generation of dancers, or to maybe like a parent that has a dancer that doesn't know how to inspire them, or doesn't know, like, the child says, oh, I want to be on TV, I want to be like Hannahlei. Like, what would you tell that person?
I feel like this is not just for dancers, just for anyone in life. When I was little, I was very shy and scared of everything. So my advice to anyone is don't be scared. You have to take your risk to figure out if you like it or if it's going to work out. You can't live your life in fear, because you're never going to know what's behind that door.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being
you.
here. I think that was really fun. So for everyone, if you want to follow Hannahlei on social media, they'll do the little tag at the bottom so you can see her. But thank you so much. It was really fun having you on the Miracle Academy.